everyone, and welcome to the round 2 review, the championship preview. Joel Gibson is here as always. I am your reigning, defending champion of the world, aka Mr. Modest, aka Buzzsaw, aka holding the trophy. It's right here, baby, and I have a chance. Joel Gibson, how are we doing tonight?
Well, dude, we're out of this, so it's been tough. There's definitely some jealousy, just in my chest, in my stomach, in my head, and whole body. It sucks being out of this thing, but I'm happy for you, I guess. It's late, but we're gonna get this thing done.
It's late. I appreciate you staying up late. It got down to the wire. We'll get into that matchup, but what I want to do is I want to start with the first round pick matchup, just to get it out of the way, and then we'll kind of get into the two semifinals. Cody takes care of business against Steven. Cody was last place, so he did kind of deserve this. It was a 9.5 over 3.5 victory. Now, I was talking to Steven, and I'm pretty sure that he didn't even realize why he was in a matchup until like day 8. So like just after the All-Star break, he was like, oh, I could get the first round pick. So with that being said, Cody put up a solid line. He took care of business. He has the first pick in the rookie draft, and he has several first-round picks. So he gets like Wembayama. I still don't know how to pronounce his name. I assume that that's who he's going to take with that pick, but I guess we'll just have to see. I think it's Wembayama or like Wembayama or whatever. That huge fucking guard that seems to be able to do anything on the basketball court.
Yeah, I assume he's going to take him as well, but that is also an enormous human. And I know that Zion is not the exact same kind of large human, but
right.
Anytime you large human, there's big injury risks. But the upside is unbelievable. So good for Cody. He's got some good young pieces, and that will be an interesting fit alongside them.
Yeah, and putting up some decent lines as well for Cody. Jakob Poeltl, I traded him to Cody in exchange for Freddie and LaVine. I think I got in that deal. No, Freddie I got in that deal. I think I got LaVine and Booker as part of the trade with Phil. That included Anthony Davis. I think that's the expert move that I did to really get that done. So, shout out to Cody for winning this matchup. Congratulations. Your 2 seasons are done. Steven will have the 4th pick in the rookie draft. Who knows? You never know. And it's so funny because there's a lot of players out there that don't even go in the first round. You know what I mean? And could be really good. Now, they are more commonly in the first round for sure. But there's some diamonds in the rough, as Pat Riley will tell you. He loves picking up undrafteds and turning them into superstars. So, congrats, Cody. Congrats to Steven. He's, great season for, I guess, losing so much. I don't know, missing the playoffs. Yeah, that's really it. There will be, and I want to announce this, after the championship the following week, we are going to do a note that's going to be an off-season note. It's going to lay out what the off-season's going to look like, what we can do. So keep in mind that first week after the championship, everything is going to be locked. There will be no ads or drops. If you try to do it, I will reverse whatever you do. So that first week, don't do anything until we can actually put the off-season note out. There's going to be a few announcements and stuff like that we're going to get into, so just keep that in mind. But Cody does have the first pick in the rookie draft coming up. Congratulations, Cody.
Congratulations, Cody. He's always going for those big losses to hopefully get a big win one day.
Absolutely. Now, Joel Gibson, as always, when we start talking about the semifinals and who's still alive, we're going to start with the reigning champs matchup. And let me tell you, I was nervous these last, 3 weeks with the All-Star break. Could I get it done? I think everybody was kind of asking themselves, could I get it done? And I told everybody I'm Neiman's kryptonite. Neiman is the new Simmons. Always a bridesmaid, never a bride. And I got it done, Joel Gibson. I was 2 of Neiman's 4 losses this season. Shout out Cody for biggest upset this year. Good job, buddy. Another shout out. My team decided that it didn't matter what Neiman wanted to put up, who he was going to put up, when he was going to put up. Neiman kind of fumbled on the wire a few times. He had like Hernan Gomez, who didn't play at all. Wiggins today, who got him 1 point. He had some fumbles on the wire, which might have cost him the championship. But you know who didn't have any fumbles on the wire? Your boy, Mr. Modest. I am the best on the wire, and I will continue to say it until somebody beats it. I am the greatest, okay? Kisper, phenomenal ad Thursday. Graham, phenomenal ad Thursday. Those combined, I decided Thursday that I was going for threes and points, and it was going to happen. Neiman went with steals with Delon Wright. A good play by him, but he had to have the scoring. When he lost Markkanen today, and then Dylan Brooks also getting that suspension, he couldn't keep up in points. And at the end of the day, that's what cost it. That is what cost the matchup, everything. All the things that I did on Thursday, I accumulated an additional 18 games played this matchup. 18, Joel Gibson, by being on the wire, playing your back-to-backs, knowing what your plan is. I showed you when I was out there watching the Nuggets, the first game after the All-Star break, what my plan was, and I executed it to a T. Did I not, Joel Gibson?
You did, dude. Points were close enough that I definitely think 18 additional games covers that 60-point spread. And there's some other categories that were close that definitely made the difference. Credit to you, dude. You're doing it again. Neiman put up a decent fight. 23 double-doubles usually is a sign that you're going to win a matchup, but not this time.
Not this time. And let me just also say this. Neiman, if he had played either Adam or Phil, he beats both of them. So for me, when I was looking at this week, I also said it to you. This was the championship, in my opinion. I believe that I have a very good chance moving forward. There's 2 weeks left of the season. Congratulations to Neiman on the NVO. But let me tell you this, Joel Gibson. I orchestrated this season without my third best player. I did it without Booker for 4 weeks. I did it without Freddie for a few weeks. I did it without Levine for a few weeks. I know everybody loves to give it to the number 1 seed who's won, but just keep in mind, I appreciated those 2 votes that I received for the MVO because I am out here getting it. I take this extremely seriously, and I just want everybody to know sometimes the MVO is not the number 1 seed. Neiman has another collapse. He loses it. I am moving on, Joel Gibson.
Congratulations, dude.
Excellent. I made a bunch of good points there. I hope everybody listens to all of them. Next matchup is Phil at Adam. Now, I want to start off by congratulating Adam on winning. Phil, fantastic season. For somebody who dumped like 5 of his players at the beginning of the season, to be able to make it to the semifinals and almost win. Almost win. 2 shots, I believe. Maybe 3, but it's either 2 or 3. Very close. And Jaren Jackson almost put it in. Shout out to Phil for a great season. Now, the main point I want to make here is during this matchup, you had Phil had 13 ads remaining. Adam had 10 ads remaining. What the hell are we doing here? Like, I just don't understand. If you're in the playoffs, are you taking that money and like storing it somewhere? Because you lose it. You lose it. I'm not sure why we didn't see more cycling in this matchup from either party, to be honest with you. Adam had control of a lot of categories here. So I can almost understand, as long as Phil isn't adding, I'm going to continue to take my advantages and stuff like that. But Phil, I know you were climbing a mountain or whatever the fuck you were doing. I know we messaged about it like during the All-Star break or something. You sent me a picture of you on a mountain. Like, I don't know what you were doing, but adding people would have made you far more competitive. Again, shout out to Phil. Good season, but I hope you learned something from this matchup. Adam, stop, Joel. Adam, last year I beat you in the playoffs. This year we meet in the championship. I am so excited for this matchup. You don't understand. Let's see if we can get Adam to kind of cycle a little bit. I'd love to beat your ass on the wire just like I beat everyone else. It's fine. It's fine. Come get it. I'm right here. And I'm not going anywhere for a long time, Joel Gibson. Anything on this matchup?
Well, I too was wondering why there was not more ads. But ultimately, it is what it is. A hell of a season by Phil. Like you said, he dropped a bunch of guys, and JJJ had him in it till the very last. Anthony Davis is always scary to go against, but at the end of the day, Giannis is the best player in basketball probably right now. And
you're disgusting. It's Joker. Don't you even. You're doing that on purpose. You're doing that to trigger me. I am triggered, Joel Gibson.
It's very close. But, Adam got it done this time. And, I think if he plays the wire and, is willing to drop guys like, you know what, I'm not going to touch it because I don't want to. It's the championship. I'm not going to say shit.
Right.
But
that's a good idea. I respect that. I will shout out Adam as well. He's done a lot of work over this matchup to get closer to the cap. He's only $5 over the cap. So that's another thing that I just want to point out. There are players, I feel like, on a lot of teams that if you just want to open up a cycle spot to get you closer to the cap, there's a couple players out there that you could probably do it with. Neiman has a lot of work to do in the offseason, or he is going to end up with no free agent money next year. That is going to be a very big problem, especially given how good his team is. I want to say the same for Adam, but again, he's a lot closer to getting under the cap. So shout out to him for making that. Now, as we move on, Joel Gibson, to our final matchup of the season, your reigning, defending champion is the away team as the 4 seed facing Adam, the 2 seed. Now, Neiman was the 1 seed, Joel Gibson. Adam, 2 seed. So I am running the gauntlet here as the 4. I had to beat the 5 seed in Matt the first round. I have had to face the highest seeded opponents to this point to win this championship. Now, I did a little calculation here and I was looking, just so everybody knows. If I were to play either of these two in this last 2-week or 2.5-week spread, I would beat both of them 10-3. Let me say that again. Both of them 10-3. I only need 7 categories to pull this off against Adam. I'm going to go ahead and go out on a limb here, and I'm going to pick myself. Because I really feel like I'm going to be healthy. Joker only had 2 games this week, so he's got a great schedule. And you know when a triple-double is really helpful, Joel? When you're an away team facing a home team. Joel Gibson, please give me your thoughts before I jump out of my chair at this point, picking myself.
I, too, am going to pick you.
Woo! Now, Joel, I love that. Let me just cut you off real quick. Let me just tell you what you picked, okay? You picked me to go back-to-back, to win 3 of the last 4, to tie you in championships that I have been in the league. And that's what you're picking, Joel Gibson. Are you saying that I might be one of the best players in the league, or what?
Oh, that's never been a question.
Oh, thank you. Ditto back to you as well. Because of that, I do appreciate that very much.
Yeah, I mean, it's between us two. No one has more rings than us.
I know. And when I win this year, Joel Gibson, I want to tell the whole league, I'll announce it right now. When I win this year, I am going to have custom rings made for each of my championships. All of them. I'm going to be walking around like fucking Tom Brady out here, holding my rings up to my head where they're all gleaming off the side of my face. It is going to be incredible.
I can't wait to see it.
Yeah, so at the end of the day, I'm picking myself to win this championship. I hope that by the time we get to the midweek, that I can still pick myself. It's a long matchup. And Adam was up there in points as well. Also, shout out to me, who put up over 2,100 points in a playoff matchup. That's a scoring record. Yes, it's because of the expansion of the roster. I understand, but that is a scoring record. I did it. Shout out to Paul George, Levine, Booker today. Combined, they had, quick math, 118 points combined, I believe, between the 3 of them. Yeah, that's really it. I could go on like touting my players and, stuff like that. But at the end of the day, if I'm healthy, if I'm able to put together another wire masterpiece that I did against Neiman, I think I'm going to win.
Well, I think you're going to do it, dude. Fox is already questionable for Monday.
Yeah.
I think you're just deeper. So we'll see. And good luck, dude.
Excellent. And also, just the last touting as we get into this, because I can't do very much of it after the season's over. The 2 trades that I made, Anthony Davis and Lonzo Ball, and Jackson for Freddie VanVleet, LaVine, and I forget who the third player was. Jackson is currently on the wire. Ball didn't play a game this season. AD was phenomenal, but I would much rather have LaVine and Booker. Those were the two. Sorry, Booker and LaVine. I won that trade. Cody. I got Freddie VanVleet. I put together this team even after. And now I'm going back to my MVO argument because I'm still a little bitter. If you looked at everything as a whole, I probably should have won another one. No big deal. I won strategist. I'm just saying, looking at everything as a whole, the whole season, fighting through injuries, taking that 4-game losing streak that I had at the beginning of the season, and then putting on an absolute show from then till now, MVO might have been up in the air. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Well, it looks like you're going to get a championship, so quit bitching.
All right. Anything else from you, Joel Gibson? Otherwise, I'm going to keep rambling for another 10 minutes on how great my team is this year.
God fucking no.
Excellent. Adam, with all sincerity, good luck to you. We had a great matchup last year. I believe that it was a 6-5 win for me last year. So I'm hoping that that translates to at least a 7-6 victory this year. He has a great team. And Joel, you mentioned Greek is the best NBA player in the league right now. We're going to find out because I don't know if you know this, but I have Joker on my team. So we can directly compare over these next 2 weeks. And I believe that Joker deserves the 3rd MVP in a row. I would love for him to get it. And maybe we can hook up and have a trophy celebration party. I don't know. We'll have some cheeseburgers. It'll be great in the offseason, Joker. We can really mash up and it'll be really cool. You can invite your brothers for protection. I'm a tiny white guy, so it would really be cool to see.
Excellent. Good luck.
Good luck, everybody. We'll see you on Sunday. Go, Mr. Modest. Championship coming! All right, later, guys.